Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Metroid Prime. In the last episode we came through the crash site of the frigate Orpheon and got here to the Phazon mines. This episode we will be going into the mines properly. This is kind of a main kind of quarry area that looks really cool. But yeah, so firstly we have to get past this force field. And it says deactivation dual control force field with deactivation controls likely nearby. There's one there. And there's one there. Relatively straightforward system. I've still never quite worked out what it is when you kind of scan something and it opens a door. I guess it's kind of a... I guess the scan visor's got a kind of like universal control interface thing for hacking, essentially, is kind of what it is. That's a mega turret, that's what it is. Oh shit, I've accidentally frozen it. Fun thing, they can't be missiled when they're frozen, so missiling them, freezing them even, quite pointless. I kind of forgot that I wasn't on the right one. But, of course, that's another thing to note that's very worth knowing, is that super missiles have, like, mad range, so... Oh, you can turn those turrets off there if you were to have noticed them first. But yeah, like, super missiles have, like, proper splash damage, which can be useful if you're looking at kind of grouped enemies. Anyway, if we fire the thermal visor up here, we'll actually see some pirates hanging around. These are shadow pirates, and they're not freezing. Oh, yep, there we go. Oh, I just killed it. That was nice. But yeah, they're kind of, as you can see, kind of cloaked, so you best use the thermal visor fan. We've come across shadow pirates before, but actually only at the beginning of like the pirate labs bits. Actually, before we got the thermal visor, it tells us that thermal tracking is advised, but we didn't even have thermal tracking at that time, which is a bit daft. But we're going to fight, we're basically going to be spending the rest of the next few episodes. Space pirates will be our primary antagonists, pretty much, because there are, I don't think, few, if any, non-space pirate enemies in the kind of Phazon mines. It's kind of their place, which makes a lot of sense. I'm really... Oh, there we go. This room is, like, you can see from the map, really confusing, because it's, like, 3 layers, but really kind of compressed down, so it's easy to kind of get lost here. Anyway. That is a cool-looking helmet. But yeah, these are something new, of course. These are... These are a coughing fit. These are Wave Troopers, space pirate armed with wave beam technology. Space pirates have reverse engineered several of your weapons, including the wave beam. A flaw in the design makes these pirates vulnerable to their own beam weapon system. The weapon systems are inferior to your chosen designed originals, but still quite potent. So, I just don't quite get the logic there of that they're weak to their own beam because of a design flaw. Obviously, yes, so anything else will just bounce off them. You have to use wave beam on them. This also means missiles will bounce off them and stuff like that, so you can't do the kind of shock and missile combo because the missile just bounces off. But wave ones are relatively easy to fight because of the kind of natural stunning ability of the wave beam means they're quite quickly to fight. Quite quickly to fight, good one. Quite quick to fight. Oh, I didn't even realise the doors had been locked. Oh yeah, all these kind of like low-hanging metal bits can be just broken with any beam weapon. And that's us just about through. It's one of these weird underneathy doors. Where am I? Man, I get lost around here so easy. Oh, shadow pirates. A lot of these rooms in here kind of feel quite samey. It always feels so OP that you can just completely perma-stun an enemy by just kind of wave beaming it repeatedly, that it can just freeze up there. It's worth talking, I suppose, at this point. Actually, it's not worth talking at this point because we're about to enter a much bigger room with a lot more stuff going on in it. This is some cool stuff. Who remembers what Project Helix was? This will be a test of how much of the lore you've been paying attention to. Oh, die. That is nice and quick, at least, that combo. Yeah, this thing in the middle is an ugly bastard. This is... Can I not even scan it? Oh, dude, it's got smashes on the tank. That can't be good. Yeah, this is a Elite Pirate Alpha. Status tank is reinforced with Bendesium alloy plates. We don't know what Bendesium is yet, so I'll ignore that. But yes, there's a lot of pirate data in this room. No, not this room, actually. There's just one bit. But generally here, like, the rest of the pirate data is obviously in the Phazon mines. But yeah, this is Elite Pirates, it's called. Initial Project Helix experiments with space pirate embryos were disastrous. The Phazon infusion process degenerated their brain tissue even as it augmented muscle mass. None of what we have termed elite pirates lived to maturity. The few that survived their infanthood suffered severe psychotic breakdowns as juveniles, killing anything within their zone of perception. Research team Sierra, I guess, made a breakthrough in which parasite studies with a Phazon strain codenamed Vertigo were highly successful. Since then, we have successfully fused Vertigo Phazon with space pirate DNA with great success. The latest batch of Elite pirates have reached maturity successfully and are ready for field testing and training. Oh, good. Excellent. Phazon infused pirates. That sounds like a great idea. Is this This isn't pirate data, actually. No, this is platform systems active, which is actually how we progress through the area. And I believe there's a new scan upstairs for us as well. A lot of those around here, because it throws a lot of new enemies at us, and a lot of pirate data. But it's good to kind of get the backstory on this, because we've got, apart from now, we're only missing one bit of Chozo lore, so we kind of got most of that story, but we haven't got the pirate story entirely straight yet. Okay, there's a few more wave troopers over here. Oh, if there's a couple of them together. Oh, no, it's not. If there was like 2 or more of them together, I was going to wave buster them. It's going to be hilarious, because you know I love using the wave buster. But let's kill this fucker. Yep, stay down. Oh, no. There we go. Now you're dead. And if we scan this... Security... No, why is that a red scan? Yeah, red scans tend to be either pirate data or scan this in order to actually move to the next episode area things. But for some reason, that one wasn't. Which is really weird. And I believe now it's up here. Yeah, here's a new scan for us. This is... a Power Ranger! No, Power Trooper. The description is exactly the same as the Wave one, except this one is based on the Power Beam rather than the Wave Beam. The advantage of that means that... Where the fuck did he go? Oh, did he fall off? Ha! Idiot. You can just kill him in one super missile easily. I don't think regular missiles actually work on them. Hey, this is a pretty cool thing. Check it out. So we've got a spinner here, and if we use the spinner, it kind of spins this cannon around. When you're kind of done spinning, use a bomb to knock yourself out of it. And then, if we scan, not that thing, but this thing, Industrial Pulse Beam online, auto-firing mode engaged! It's seriously cool. Basically, yeah, so that's the way we actually wanted to reveal, but there is actually something hidden here. But this only spins one way, and we want to be aiming basically due left. All of the rest of these like bits of rock, you can actually like shoot through with this laser, but none of them have anything of any importance behind them. One, I think, even has a space pirate behind it, but that doesn't matter. This is the one we want. I wonder if you jump in that, if it damages you. Or it might just be that you just can't quite get there in time. So, anyway, up to 145 missiles. That's nice now. Out of the, like, 250 you can get, which is fantastic. Because it means you can use the Wave Buster on with, like, auto-fire mode all the time. Which is great fun. Oh, fuck! Wow. Thing to watch out for here. So, going back up is more annoying. These things, I don't know why, but they do insanely high damage to you. Watch, I'll let it hit me once. That did like 60, 70 points of damage there. Even if you've been picking up energy tanks as much as I have, they can still absolutely destroy you really quickly. It's very strange. Oh, this is a cool little kind of puzzle. Oh, that's a Power Ranger. Yep, it is. Oh, and I'm on the bloody Wave Beam. No, not the Wave Beam. The Cold Beam. What's it? Ice Beam. Fuck, did I forget the word ice? Jesus. But yeah, like, you can't stun these guys in any way, but you can missile them, like, super missile them, which works pretty nicely. Anyway, this is, yeah, a cool puzzle, because this is basically... This column here is split into kind of 3 chunks, and the positions of this chunk are kind of like shown here. And it's actually already in... I think that... Oh no, it's not quite in the right position. Basically, you can use this bomb slot here, and laying a bomb will spin the kind of thing around, and it tells you what kind of position it's in. And you need to kind of link them up, so we've kind of connected the blue path from the ground level up to this blue bit on the first level, and it lets us kind of like drop off here. Then, I believe there are some more pirates up here. No, awesome. Well, there's another one here, because now this is the second level of the kind of column, like the second level that we can now also change around. And what we need to do here is do it once, and then you can see that red bit on the left and the red bit we're spinning around, get them to line up. But then we have to like get onto the spider rails, we have to come back down to the bottom, and then we have to actually line them up a bit more, because the red bit on this bottom bit isn't actually lined up with the red bit at the top. So you need to bring that round 3 times. There's also the yellow path that goes all the way up to the top floor, which we can't actually do anything with yet. That's for a bit later on. Ah, dicks! I'm an idiot. There we go. Yeah, like there's some stuff all the way on the top floor we can't do much with yet. Soon we'll get the power up we need to kind of interact with some more stuff we're actually going to get. Hopefully at the end of this episode, depending on how long things take. So that's pretty cool. From here, we now want to, go to... So you can actually see there's 2, like, ice beam doors on the top floor, and you can also hear pirates... Oh! I can see pirates running down here, this ugly bastard. Boink, boink. Oh, I nearly fired a missile at him, and, like, it's so reflexive to do it. And you forget that they just bounce off them somehow. I don't know, like, how they manage to be immune to everything except the thing that they are. Doesn't make a lot of sense. This may look familiar, like what we just did, except this has got bombos instead of those blocks that do insane damage to you, so much less threatening in general. And now we get to a massive area. Because, like, Phazon Mines is basically split into 3 large areas. Also, check it. That's the impact crater with the artifact shrine up there. And so you get an idea of where we are now, and it's really cool seeing that kind of thing. And we're done. Yeah, the hovering thing is actually the remnants of the meteor that struck. And these temple and stuff is all built around that and the shield. Also, these boxes with the orange symbols on the side of them, they're normal crates, but when you destroy them, they will explode. So if you're going to do so, do it from a safe distance. Remember, kids, always be safe. A lot of missiles. I've got a lot of missile slots. So, there's a little thing, what I just taught you about, those little things, boxes, if you hit this one here. So there's a couple of shadow pirates waiting for you in this room that you can just get rid of that way, as well as opening the way to a missile expansion. So that's pretty cool. And then basically now in the second area of Phazon Mines, we now get into a big area. As you can see from the map. This is Elite Control. And yeah, welcome to our first Elite Pirate. These guys can be infuriating if you don't know what you're doing, but yeah, this is an Elite Pirate, a Phazon enhanced space pirate, incredibly strong, armoured, and well armed. Elite Pirates are potent foes. Their energy siphon system absorbs beam weapon shots. The nature of the system makes them vulnerable to concussion-based weapons. Well armed, the Elite Pirate is effective in close combat and at a distance. Their massive size can be a weakness and allows for their sluggish speed allows for evasion and quick attacks. So basically, the power beam is what you mostly want to be on here. And you can hit him, get a couple of shots in and he'll bring that thing up. That is absorbing beam weapons, so they're useless against him. So when he starts doing that, charge beam up, and just wait. Then he does that attack, where he slams him to the ground. He then puts the repulsor away quickly, and that gives you a perfect chance to let off a super missile on him. So that's the way he fought, and they're really easy. 2 or 3 super missiles will take him down. But if you don't know that trick, you're looking for a window, and there doesn't really naturally seem to be one. Elite Pirates can be horrible. There's an equivalent of them in the second game, which are absolutely brutal. But Elite Pirates themselves are alright. Also, there's a buttload of pirate data in this room, as you can imagine. So let's start here with the hunt. Oh no, this is Impact Crater. Investigations for a possible ingress point for the Impact Crater continue to meet with failure. The shield of strange energy that protects it is impermeable, and all attempts to tunnel past it have proven fruitless. Our continued futility in this matter is made all the more significant in light of the recent life form readings we've discovered emanating from deep within the crater. Analysis of the readings indicates that a massive creature is gestating there, absorbing massive amounts of Phazon from the Phazon core at the heart of the Impact Crater. This discovery makes accessing the crater doubly important. Not only will it open the door to vast deposits of Phazon within, but it will also lead us to this creature, whatever it may be. Foreshadowing! There's also this one, which is the Hunter, I think. Security Command issued an all-points alert after the fall of Zebes. The alert concerns bioform Samus Aran, also known as the Hunter. Subject is a female hominid and is heavily armed and extremely dangerous. Subject uses a powered armor suit of unknown design in battles, along with a number of potent beam and concussion weapons. All combat units are instructed to terminate Aran on sight, preferably in a fashion that will allow salvage of her powered armor suit and weapons. A considerable bounty will go to the person who delivers Aran to command. Dead or alive, it matters not. So there's a bounty on the bounty hunter, that's vaguely ironic, and on this ground floor there is a third pirate data over here. Last few episodes was the Chozo episodes, these are the pirate episodes, as you can see. Science team is attempting to reverse engineer Samus Aran's arsenal, based off data required from her assaults on our own forces. Progress is slow, but steady. Command would dearly enjoy turning Aran's own weapons against her. We believe we can implement beam weapon prototypes in 3 cycles. Aran's power suit technology remains a mystery, especially the curious morph ball function. All attempts at duplicating it have ended in disaster. 4 test subjects were horribly broken and twisted when they engaged our morph ball prototypes. Science team wisely decided to move on afterwards. I quite like that, and it's always slightly bugged me. I've never quite got in my head how the morph ball actually works. New scan here as well. This is an ice pirate. Wonder how that works. But yeah, Samus seems to turn into light, and when she goes into morph ball, which is really odd. Oh yeah, these guys. So yeah, you can freeze them, but you can't missile them. But once you've got them frozen, another charged ice beam shot is does a lot more damage. So that's the way of taking ice pirates out. Just one charge shot and then just keep pumping it into them. Slow and steady. But yeah, like, she just kind of seems to turn into, like, a blob of energy when she goes into Morph Ball, and I kind of figured it's smaller than she is. But, hey, I guess I'm not supposed to call out that kind of thing. Right, we're still missing a lot more pirate data from this room. I believe there's 5, so there's 2 over there, and then 3 over here. Excellent. So, let's get started. Preparing my reading voice. So this one is gate system? Yeah. Analysis continues on these cursed ruins of the Chozo temple that hovers near them. We are now completely certain that the containment field denying us access to the impact crater is linked to the strange artifacts that belong in that temple, but we are no closer to finding them or deciphering the riddles that seem to cover every wall of this ruined planet. Command grows increasingly anxious for a resolution to this matter, so we must redouble our efforts. X-ray squadrons will begin terrain sweeps within days. Until they begin, patrols are instructed to report any and all architectural anomalies to their commanders. See, we've got the scan visor, which of course Chozo made, so can really easily just read Chozo stuff and get the kind of the information off of it and translate it. Pirates do not have that luxury. Then this one here is... oh, this is Chozo Ghost. There have been numerous incidents involving spectral entities at Chozo ruin sites. Several personnel have been assaulted by these Chozo ghosts. Few have survived. Survivors speak of swift attacks from nowhere, brief sightings of the enemy, and then nothing, only to be followed by another attack. Science team believes these attacks are in response to our efforts to recover Chozo relics and artifacts. Somehow these entities are able to interact with the physical world, and it appears they wish to keep their artifacts to themselves. We will make them pay for such arrogance, for even ghosts can be destroyed. Dude, that's pretty dark. Onwards we go with more reading. This one is results. This must be Chozo studies. Results are in from the field studies on the bioform group Chozo, who we believe are extinct. We believe that Talon 4 was once a stronghold in a great Chozo empire, brought low by the meteor strike. Planetary devastation brought an end to the Chozo, yet remnants of their society remain. We are studying these relics in an attempt to harness their power. What is of no use to us, we destroy. In time, we shall have what we need from this dead race and shall wipe this planet clean of their ugly ruins. The dead should serve the living, not hinder them. Man, these guys are extremely utilitarian. They basically kind of do science above all else, which is kind of admirable, but also very dark. Although we are still no closer to finding the artifacts of the Chozo, we have at least produced a viable hypothesis for their function. It appears that each of the artifacts corresponds to one of the statues on the temple platform, and that each one acts as a small key to a huge lock. Judging by the number of statues, we assume there must be 12 artifacts. Once we find the resting spots of all 12, we can bring them here, unite them with their statues, and at last open the gate system. Once we do, the impact crater and whatever creature it shelters will be ours for the taking. A new pirate data again. This is, we have come to another dead end. It is clear now that we will never discover the locations of the Chozo's artifact unless we can decipher the messages carved into the statues in this abominable temple. Our language databases are woefully inadequate, and our linguistic analysts can come up with little more than vague theories. The best hypothesis we can offer is that finding the artifacts will require items spiritually linked to the Chozo civilization. However, we are without these items, and we are lost, and Command grows more impatient by the day. Results must be produced soon. And then this final one isn't pirate data, it's just force field offline. Whew, that was a fun one. But we've got it all done now, 18 minutes. Okay, this is going to be a slightly longer episode then. Oh yeah, this room. You can hear the upgrade sound, but we can't actually get anything in here yet. All we get is gas and puffers. So you will just take damage as long as you remain in this room, so don't, essentially. And now we go into... where the hell are we? Oh, I know where we are now. We are in Omega Research, which is another very sinister name. Let's shoot him, and again. And there's one pirate bit data for us to collect here, and is it... no, it's not here. I think it's down here, then it must be... oh, power pirates, hello. Oh, wave pirate. Oh, it's cheeky when it throws you 2 different types of pirates at the same time, because it kind of forces you to prioritize. I'm going to focus on the power pirates, because they're called troopers. I always get this, that they're called power troopers, or wave troopers, or ice troopers, not power ones, because power pirate sounds... not pirate even, because like wave pirate, ice pirate sounds alright, but power pirate sounds ridiculous. And hilarious. I think these tanks all have... yeah, they all have elites in them as well. But they're not going to come out and get us, hopefully. Yeah, it just says they are elite pirates. Anyway, here's what we're looking for. This is Omega Pirate. Elite Pirate Upsilon's propensity for Phazon has enabled our research team to infuse it far beyond our safety restrictions, and the results have been extremely encouraging. Its constant Phazon diet has increased its mass exponentially, but it has retained all mental faculties and shows dexterity with all elite weaponry, including plasma incendiary launchers and the chameleon mantra issued for cloaking purposes. Elite Pirate Upsilon exhibits miraculous healing abilities. When injured, it seeks out Phazon deposits and coats itself within the substance, which instantly mends the creature's wounds. The subject, which we are codenaming Omega Pirate, based on these developments, shows potential to be a new standard for our armies. Our only concern at this point is a potential over-dependence on Phazon. So that's horrifying. Probably best not to think about it too much. It's still not clear whether kind of the Omega Pirate and the Elite Pirates and stuff are still kind of sentient, whether they're capable of, like, thought or anything like that, or whether they're just completely, like, gone, whether they're just kind of, like, beastly. Never made that clear. I'm lost. I think I want to come to this ice beam door through here. Oh, the changing of the beams is so smooth. You think it'd be kind of, like, annoying, but it's like, oh, wave beam. Oh, ice beam. Oh, power beam. Like, it takes a bit of time, but, like, that's just basically the loading time, which is really cool. Let's head through here. Ah! Right. Here's an interesting one. Welcome to the only enemy in the game that you can't scan. It is invisible, and it also doesn't give a thermal kind of signature. You can't lock onto it either. You can shoot it, and it'll take damage when you hit it, but it's a bugger to fight. Unless you've got a little trick up your sleeves, because what weapon do we have that's auto-targeting? Wave Buster! That didn't really do as much as I'd hoped. That usually kills it, like, straight away. There we go! Ha-ha! This boss fight, normally a bastard, because you've got to kind of work out where it is and track it manually, and with pointer controls, that's slightly irritating. But really easy with the Wave Buster, because it just auto-locks on. And then this little maze appears. But with something cool at the center that's just about worth it. So we hop down here. Let's see if I can remember my way through this maze. I'm going to say I probably can't. Ow. Is it through here? Ow. Okay, that's an electric gate that's kind of opening and closing. Got a bit of a Pikmin feel down here. And then if you hit this bit, you blast the water out, which shorts out a lot of the circuits, which is kind of cool. I think this is actually randomized, because this feels different to when I did it when I was practicing. So I think this might be maybe vaguely randomized somehow. Anyway. So that's a cool new thing. We just acquired power bombs. While in Morph Ball mode, press D-pad down to release a power bomb. Power bombs can destroy tougher materials than Morph Ball bombs. They can destroy Bendesium, and they're the only thing that can do it, and that's the last kind of thing we can now smash through easily. But the thing with power bombs is they have ammunition and they take their own one. So it says on the top right we've got 3 of them at the moment. But unlike like normal bombs that come back, power bombs don't. But if you try them out, they are also ludicrously powerful. In terms of damage they do as well, really cool. And these things here are power bomb ammunition, so each one of them does 1. Much like with missiles as well, there is such a thing as a power bomb expansion. I think you can get up to 7 or 8 power bombs, but we'll be getting those as we kind of go along. And anyway, there's a nice save station here, so that's a perfect point to call it, because it's been like 23 minutes. So we've kind of travelled into the heart of the Space Pirate Phazon mines, and next episode we'll be continuing to delve deeper down into the mines. Thank you very much, and good day.